30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Father, forgive your people. We lost, but we still your people. This world wicked and evil. I'm trying to make them believe you. Shake them so they might hear you. Show them so they might see you. Everything that you said was wrong. They trying to pass it for legal. Can't take no credit for this. Everything I got is a gift. I eat and drink from the book. Give you a taste and a sip. If you don't want it, so be it. I can't teach you to preach it, but I can point you the way. And he gon' force you to eat it. I pray you take over this track and I fade away on this beat. If they got ears, let them hear. If they got eyes, let them see. My talent was never me. My flaws, they balance me. Your cause established me. Holy Spirit ain't having me. When the world had threw jabs at me, point the camera, let them laugh at me. They could never embarrass me. Like Paul, they mad at me. So do I become your enemy? Because I tell you the truth. Oh, Father, forgive them, y'all. They know now what they do. That's that loop. But I believe you. I believe you. And I believe you coming back for your people. Yes, sir. And I believe you.
Welcome to Beat in the Street with your host, Sharita Long.
Oh my goodness. I know I told you, but I'm gonna tell you again. I absolutely love the intro. I absolutely love it, love it, love it.
I love that new intro. I like it. I really do. I like it. I just put it in the chat.
Oh man, well, it's different doing something for yourself, but when you have to do it for someone else, I really had to ask the Most High to intercede on your behalf and give you what He wanted you to have. And after that, it just started flowing. So that's from the Most High to you, child.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Most High is always good to me.
Amen.
All right, so Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Matter of fact, Shabbat Shalom, cousins. If y'all didn't see Teo's live the other night, please go back and see it. Because if we didn't already know we was cousins, we cousins for real. We all coming from the same little neighborhoods across the Atlantic.
Praise the Most High.
So, man. All right, so we're gonna get started. We have a special guest. Shalisha is here. And me and her did a little something. So we're gonna show that to you. Our topic today is HIV and the Vaseline. So let us go ahead and get into that. Let me share my screen. Shabbat Shalom, family. This is Beat in the Street, Water Cooler Moments. And I'm your host, Sharita Long. And we have a special guest, Shelia Rociel. And we are going to be discussing the COVID vaccine and HIV medication.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Sharita, for having me. So glad to see what is going to be going on with this COVID vaccine and HIV medication. Can't wait.
Let's go into our first video. Okay, did somebody say it's not showing? All right, you guys said it's not showing. My bad. Hold on, let's try this again. Let's try it again. Shabbat Shalom, family. This is Beat in the Street, Water Cooler Moments. And I'm your host, Sharita Long. And we have a special guest, Shelia Rociel. And we are going to be discussing the COVID vaccine and HIV medication.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Sharita, for having me. So glad to see what is going to be going on with this COVID vaccine and HIV medication. Can't wait.
Let's go into our first video. Okay, I cannot believe what I just read. Can you believe what you just read?
You know what? I can't put anything past. I can't put anything past these people anymore. Sharita, wow. So now they're talking about putting together that vaccine with HIV medication. Okay.
And that wasn't even the kicker. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I have an associate's degree in science, which means I had 2 years of science past high school. Okay. I'm no rocket scientist, but as we're going to learn here, HIV medication doesn't cure anything, just as well as the Vaseline doesn't cure anything. So they're going to put two things that don't cure anything together to what? to get 89% of less hospitalization. So what? They can die at home because the COVID numbers are not going down, nor are the deaths going down. So what? You're going home to die now, or you're going to concerts to die, or whatever it is that you do. But tell me if I'm wrong. Did you catch the fact that they said 0 people died in the study that took the actual combination, and 12 people in the placebo died?
Yes, I did.
I call bull stuff.
I mean, exactly. Come on, talking about manipulating data. I don't even have to see it.
Exactly. How can 0 people die in the study, but the placebo 12 people died? And these 6s and 12s just keep popping up.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it seems like they're just trying anything possible. I mean, what is the purpose right now for that? I guess now, it's not enough people who are getting the Vaseline right now, work on them, so I guess that's the issue now. So now we have to go just a little bit further, because, they're moving too slow, and they're moving too slow. They're not getting the Vaseline, as quickly, as we thought they were. It's like a standstill. So they come up with things. They always come up with things. Oh, wow.
Okay, I have another video for you.
I'm Alfonso, and there's more to me than HIV. There's my career, my cause, my choir. I'm a work in progress. So much goes into who I am. HIV medicine is one part of it.
Prescription Dovato is for adults who are starting HIV-1 treatment and who aren't resistant to either of the medicines dolutegravir or lamivudine. Dovato has 2 medicines in 1 pill to help you reach and then stay undetectable, so your HIV can be controlled with fewer medicines while taking Dovato. You can take Dovato any time of day, with food or without. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to any of its ingredients or if you take the Fetolide. If you have hepatitis B, it can change during treatment with Dovato and become harder to treat. Your hepatitis B may get worse or become life-threatening if you stop taking Dovato. So do not stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Serious side effects can occur, including allergic reactions, liver problems, and liver failure. Life-threatening side effects include lactic acid buildup and severe liver problems. If you have a rash and other symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Dovato and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis B or C. One of the ingredients in Dovato may harm your unborn baby. Your doctor may prescribe a different medicine than Dovato. Your doctor should do a pregnancy test before starting Dovato. Use effective birth control while taking Dovato. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, nausea, trouble sleeping, and tiredness.
So much goes into who I am and hope to be. Ask your doctor if starting HIV treatment with Dovato is right for you.
Okay, so there is so much wrong with this video. I really don't know where to start. Let's start with the end first. So please tell me what ingredient is going to harm your unborn baby, because that's all they say. There may be an ingredient in the medication that may harm your unborn baby. And then secondly, okay, so you're telling me that you can't cure this medication. You can give me a pill every day for the rest of my life, 365 pills a year. And if I stop taking this, I can have some serious side effects. And then you tell me the good news. And you say, this can make your HIV undetectable. Okay. When a tree falls down in a woods, does it make a noise? Yeah, it makes a noise, and that means you still got HIV.
That's funny. Yeah, undetected. I wonder why they wanted to be undetected, to run around fooling people that you have HIV and you know you have it and you don't want others to have it. I mean, how deceptive is that? So I don't get that part, because you still have it. And all the different side effects, the side effects that they list, but that's all medication, prescription medication. They on these commercials and what have you, they have just a laundry list of side effects, of course, because it's going to have side effects. You're putting all these pharmaceuticals, synthetic pharmaceuticals in your body, of course, but oh well.
Yes, they're being very tricky and deceitful by saying that you can't be detected. I think that's the whole name of the game. So you mean to tell me I'm doing the right thing? I'm living my set apart life. Even, this Hebrew, he might be just, he's almost everything, but he's lying about this. You're going to allow him to lie by saying, if we go and we get tested before we have sex, before we get married, whatever your case may be, we can go down to the clinic and this man is still going to, he's going to test negative for HIV, but he actually has HIV. So say we do get married, but I don't know, a year into our marriage, we lose our insurance. Now what? What happens? What happens to my husband? What happens to me? Y'all know what happened. Okay.
And not only that, they'll be starting like a whole nother epidemic. So undetected epidemic. That's the dangerous part about it. Because people around here thinking they're safe and they're not testing positive for HIV, and they are. And with all the promiscuity going around, that just starting a whole other epidemic right there in itself.
Wow, you really said something with that. Wow, you really, really said something with that. I never even really I didn't give it a name. It is the undetected epidemic. But that's exactly what they want you to do with COVID. They want you to be undetected. So you can go out here and spread it around to everybody, spread it around to the unvaccinated so that you can blame it on them. Oh, I see you. Let's take a look at another video.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Researchers in the Recovery Trial, which is UK's largest well-designed drug trials for COVID-19, have decided to drop the HIV drug combination of lopinavir-ritonavir arm from their trials. The reason they cite for this is that with the existing data that they have so far, they've been able to conclude that this drug combination is ineffective in both reducing mortality among COVID patients as well as preventing escalation of the disease among those who do not yet require ventilators. Back in March, the drug combination was approved by ICMR as well for use in patients above the age of 60, even though other studies at the time, including a prominent one in China, pointed out both the large number of side effects as well as the inefficacy of the drug combination in treating COVID. In this video, we'll talk about the drugs lopinavir and ritonavir, why they're used in combination for treating HIV, and how we thought they could help us in treating COVID. My name is Sandhya Ramesh and this is Pure Science. The lopinavir-ritonavir drug combination was adopted in India after 2 Italian tourists were treated with this combination of HIV treatment, and both of them went on to subsequently test negative. Later on, what happened was that one of them went on to die of cardiac arrest. The discontinuation of this drug combination in the recovery trial comes after the discontinuation of yet another one of India's favorite drugs with no proven effects of fighting COVID, hydroxychloroquine. And this is the same trial that showed benefit for dexamethasone as well, which we saw in detail in an earlier video. The steering committee of the recovery trial concluded after the lopinavir-ritonavir test that they have conducted, that data convincingly rules out any meaningful mortality benefit of the drugs in hospitalized COVID-19 patients. The trial studied nearly 1,600 randomized patients for 28 days, and the outcomes were compared with about 3,400 patients receiving standard care, which was a control in the study. Patients had varying levels of severity of the disease, with a small number requiring ventilators, a large number of patients requiring just oxygen and not ventilators, and some needing no respiratory assistance at all. The researchers found at the end of 28 days for the patients that there was no difference in whether people would need ventilators or whether more serious patients would survive, irrespective of whether they just received standard care or whether they received the drug combination. Just as India was adopting this drug combination's use, China also reported no benefits from randomized trials on the drug combination for COVID. India no longer uses the drugs to treat COVID patients. Both lopinavir and ritonavir are antiretroviral drugs, which means they work against retroviruses. Retroviruses are RNA viruses that insert a copy of their genome into the DNA of the host cell they invade, and in this process, they end up essentially modifying the genetic code of the host organism. HIV is a retrovirus, and it has two types. HIV-1 is the most commonly found around the world, and HIV-2 is found mainly in Africa. The drug combination of lopinavir-ritonavir is a fixed dose combination where two or more drugs are given in a specific ratio together for a more robust result. The combination was patented in 1995, and it was used medically for the first time in hospitals by the year 2000, along with other drugs. These two drugs are protease inhibitors, which means that they prevent the HIV virus from replicating inside our bodies and increasing the viral population or the viral load, and thus the drugs work by decreasing the amount of virus in our bloodstream, the HIV virus. And this is the same way that we thought it would also act against the SARS-CoV-2 virus, with treatments hoping that the drug combination will reduce the viral load in our bodies. Ritonavir acts as a booster for lopinavir, increasing its quantity in the body and amplifying the drug's effect. The drug combination cannot cure HIV. We don't have any drugs today that can cure or kill viruses, but the combination can treat HIV and prevent an HIV positive patient from developing AIDS. The combination is typically given as a tablet or a solution, often mixed in with alcohol, and is always to be taken orally once or twice a day, depending on what the patient requires. And as with every drug we discuss, the combination comes with a long list of serious side effects. These include a lot of gastrointestinal troubles like diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, heartburn, gas, stomach pain, loss of appetite, and other kinds of stomach upset issues. They also induce headaches, dizziness, fainting, drowsiness, and insomnia, or weight gain or weight loss. The combination can also cause life-threatening effects in newborn babies and can also induce a serious condition called ketoacidosis in adults. It can even cause skin rashes, yellowing of the skin or eyes like the jaundiced, and irregular heartbeat. The drug combination was approved for use in treatment against COVID-19 in other countries as well, such as Russia. And the drug is also referred to under the brand name Kaletra. Meanwhile, the recovery trial still continues and has enrolled over 11,000 patients. There are a number of other drugs that are being tested as a part of recovery trial, despite two drugs being dropped. These include azithromycin, tocilizumab, dexamethasone, as well as convalescent plasma therapy, which is blood plasma collected from patients who've already recovered and transfused into active patients. After dexamethasone conclusively showed positive results according to this trial, recruitment for dexamethasone has now been stopped, but the trial is still actively recruiting for tocilizumab, azithromycin, as well as convalescent plasma therapy. The trials are conducted by University of Oxford in England. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Pure Science. Thank you for watching.
Wow, Sister Sarita, a few things. That just stuck out like a red flag to me. You remember when she spoke about the protease inhibitor?
Uh-huh.
Well, one thing, I'm not a doctor or anything, but one thing I do know about protease is that protease is needed, to digest things in our body, whether it's food or toxins or whatever.
Okay.
So what they're using in this medication is they said a protease inhibitor, to prevent it from digesting the drug, the virus, or what they want to call it. They want to keep it in there so that it can do and replicate, in the human cells.
Mm-hmm.
That's a red flag to me. That's a red flag to me because with all the side effects that are on, it was just a laundry list of side effects. But all those side effects is the body trying to detox that mess out of them. That's why side effects is going on, and as long as they're taking it, they're going to have those side effects because the body is trying to get rid of it, and as long as they're taking it, it can't. Wow, this is really making me kind of mad,
It's not just making you mad, it's making me mad too. And as you were talking about that, it was very clear to me the reason they were having all these digestive side effects was because of what you were talking about the protease. Again, I'm no scientist, y'all. I'm not. I'm using some common sense along with a little bit of my education to what's going on. They also, something that was just kind of small that they just kind of glossed over was one of the side effects was yellowing of the eyes and skin. Well, I'm sorry. The only thing that I know, well, I'm take that back. There's two things that I know that cause yellowing of the skin and eyes. And the first one is pretty much benign. It's a lot of African people get this because of the amount of turmeric that they eat. And then secondly, liver damage.
Uh-huh.
Okay, your eyes, when your eyes start to turn yellow, you're in some serious failure. You're on death's door when you see these people with these yellow eyes and yellow skin. It's a bad thing. Another thing she talked about, was it this video where they said there's two types of HIVs. One is typically everywhere except for Africa, and then HIV-2 is pretty much only found in Africa. And I'm just saying to myself, why is one HIV for y'all and two HIV for the rest of us? Is it because you did something to the HIV that y'all had? And then you took it over to Africa and enhanced it, because we already know that you were over there. You've already admitted to poisoning these people with HIV. But y'all are just such good citizens. I don't ever want to meet a good citizen. Y'all hear me? All right, family. This was a little food for thought. I hope you enjoyed the presentation in which we have brought this to you today. I want to say Shabbat Shalom, Israel. And I will see you on the next one. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you for having me, Sharita. I definitely enjoyed it, and we must do it again because this topic is so much that can be covered. We just scratch the top of the surface only.
All right, family. Y'all saw how did it look? First of all, how was the presentation, the back and forth? Let me know what you guys think about that.
I
I
loved
think it was
it.
dope. Yeah, I think it was real dope.
Okay. It wasn't too hard to do, so I wanted to make sure it's something people enjoy. Maybe we can do something like it again.
Yeah, I really liked it. It made for a smooth conversation. There's a little slight echo, but I'm sure that's something easy to
Well, I
get.
think that's because we're not in a studio. We need to be under studio conditions to record. Um, and I'm not there yet. But y'all seeing me grow, right? You know, we growing, right? We've been growing.
That was so cute. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't know y'all were gonna do that. It's perfect.
Okay. Okay, so what did you guys think about some of those videos that you saw?
My
Anything stand out?
Man, I always hated that HIV video. That
mm,
I
I
always have
seeing
to.
it every time. It's like, and then they put the dude with the dreads, and I just like, y'all, like, come on, like, I hate those little commercials like that because it seems like, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all ain't get two white boys to do this or something like that? You know what I mean? Like they don't
Mhm.
never have that. We always got to be in the middle of that. You know what I mean? And I just like I hate it. It stomachs me. But the question is though, you know what I'm saying? Is that medicine? You know what I mean? Like what is that? You know what I mean? So I think the video really did some justice with it. Helped me understand that commercial a whole lot better when you really sit there and think about it.
Yeah. So the commercial is just basically telling you, hey, I can make it look like you don't have AIDS anymore, but you still have it. Um, and my thing is, if it lowers the HIV in the body, wouldn't if you took higher doses of that medication, wouldn't it eradicate it? But is that too much like right?
ugh. And not only that, my thing is, so we have heard that not only were they adjusting these Vaselines to include HIV medicine, but also a medicine that prevents heart attacks. So they're just throwing things in here.
Not prevents, but adds that one of the side effects in the HIV medication produced heart attacks. So the COVID itself creates heart problems, and so does the vaccine, as far as we can see. So you just put two medications that increase the heart rate, and you don't expect more heart attacks.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So they had to add a medication that will stop you from having a heart attack. So it's just fighting itself. You know what I'm saying? So you're just putting a whole bunch of trash in here trying to cover your tracks because they know that these people, once they take the Vaseline, they're immunocompromised. So
Mhm.
that's why you have to start throwing this HIV medication in there because you're trying to combat the fact that these people are sicker. Because they say after 6 months or so, that your immune system is 40% ineffective. So they have to cover that up. But they also need to cover up the fact that these people are having heart attacks. These athletes that we're hearing about, all these people just dropping dead.
Yeah, we're gonna go into that
Oh,
today too.
I-
For those of you that are not subscribed to Shattered Glass, Shattered Paradise is the name. Write that one down. Go ahead and go and like them right now. It's Shattered Paradise. They just put out a video called Who. It is an awesome video. I would almost like to show a clip, but I kind of illegally recorded it, so I'm not going to do that. You do have to become a member to watch their newer stuff now because they are getting pinged. And once you see their videos, you'll know exactly why. Um, so the latest video that they put out was who and what who is. And I didn't know who in the world who in the world who was. Who is the World Health Organization? Um, the family, the husband and wife team, bring a lot of things together about the who. Also, even the sci-fi series Who. They also put together the incident with what's his name? The singer, guys. The concert that went horrible here lately.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. So they enrolled Travis Scott. They also bring us way back in history, 42 years ago. And remember that number 42. I mean, they just bring out so much stuff that you're just like, wow, oh my goodness. So 42 years ago, there was a similar tragedy that happened at a concert where just as many people died, and all of them died from asphyxiation. The difference between that concert and this one is that everybody died from a heart attack. It also pointed out that there was a vaccine station because no one in that concert was allowed in unless they were vaccinated. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. It's going to be easier for us to see what's going on with these mandates. Let them go ahead and mandate. You just live that set apart life and don't be a part of it, and you'll be able to be the fly on the wall, so to speak. So when you hear about these football players falling dead on the field from a heart attack, and don't get me wrong, football and basketball players have died all the time, but have you seen this many? We're going to take a look at some. First, I want to kind of take a look at. I don't know which video is coming up first. I'm just going to do random. Hold on.
Well, we got to always remember that, that it's always going to be profit over patient, period. So go on, Sharita, and show the.
Okay. I'm just going to pick one at random. Okay, so this one is about previous, and that's what I wanted to show you guys was what it looked like pre-COVID. I think this one was shot in 2019. So this is how people were dying, athletes were dying post-COVID, pre-COVID. Okay, so it looks a little like if any of you guys ever watched the Hunger Games and how they mock up the tributes after they die. That's what that looked like to me. Um, Now this is wasn't 2019. This was 2020. So this is what deaths look like before COVID hit. Okay. Um, Now let's see what we have here. Okay, so what happened to all the players dying from stuff off the field? Car accidents, murder, suicide. What happened?
The Vaseline.
In the first video, we saw maybe 3 people that had died from heart problems, but it was in 2020.
Yeah, that's the common denominator. We all know that, that's the common denominator for that, and right now, it's to me what it looks like they're doing is, like I said before, profit over patient, and plus two, they're killing two birds with one stone. They're uh, the big pharma profits plus the depopulation agenda. It's there. That's public knowledge that's there. But it's actually, it really makes me angry. But the actually, just to kind of prove that, on that video about the HIV medication and the HIV medication and the Vaseline medication together. Well, anyway, I looked at that article, when it first came out with one of those makers of that medication, so-called medication. As soon as they announced that they were going to do this, once they put it out there, it's coming. So once they announced it, the very next day, their profit sharing had went up 10% overnight just by mentioning it. So it's all about that. It's all about that, and they are. I don't think they expected, with that HIV medication and the Vaseline medication. I think they came up with that, in my opinion, is because right now they are just regurgitating the same people who already received the Vaseline rub. And so that's not enough profit. So it's hitting the.
No, it's not even. I think it's a combination of that, but I also remember what the first video looked like. It was a whole lot of brews that was dying. It was a whole lot of them. In the second video, how many brews did you see pass out and die? I think those vaccines, those boosters, are just like when we talked about the HIV medication, the HIV-1 and the HIV-2. I think HIV-1 was something that was more inherent in the Gentile than it was in us, and they had to make it cross that barrier to get into us, and that's where they came up with this 2 from. Okay, and I think these booster shots are. They see it. Oh, we're dying. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I think the booster is because they don't got the dosage right for us yet.
Well, and we have the Most High, so they're not going to ever have nothing right when it comes to us. I mean, I'm just going to say that out there. But if you notice, a lot of the articles were foreign. Because America's not going to tell you what's really happening.
Oh, no.
They're not going to put it out there. So a lot of these reports that we just saw were from other countries. But here, and I bet you it's a lot of children, because that's what I see in articles on the news apps that I have, is kids. It's children, So
yeah, and I'm telling you, it's whenever Big Pharma is involved, it's a money thing too, you guys. Besides the agenda, against us, that's pretty much what it is. Because right now they have to market now to the ones who haven't gotten it in the beginning, because they got to keep making money. That's the bottom line, and I don't think they expected the hesitancy, as much as they've gotten. So they have to come up and find a new way to market it, so they're trying to market it to us.
They want, TV and cell phones are like everybody's got at least one of them. Like, you have to be on the edges of the earth not to have a cell phone or a television in your home. And I think that's how they want to go above and beyond that. Yeah, there's medications out there that people take, and they have all these, little pockets of money that they make. And I'm saying little with my air quotes going here. But why can't they have a the equivalent of the TV and the cell phone in the drug community? And I think that's what they're pushing there for, is that whole, not just, certain people with a certain disease, but globally they're making this money. And please, let's not get it twisted. You see it here, China making their medication, and this country making their medication. But when we look into Africa, Africa is saying, well, just give us the information to make the drug, and we'll make it ourselves. What they want, what America wants them to do, is just open a factory and do this cookie cutter drug that they've sent to everybody. They've done everybody else the same exact way. There's only one person that's manufactured, one company that has manufactured this medication or made the medication and then sends it out to different manufacturing posts all over the globe. So they're definitely, they want all the money. They're not satisfied with just a little bit. Not at all.
I agree.
Well, I would like to know from Sister Shelia, what can we do to keep further and protecting ourselves? Because all they're going to keep saying is, here's another variant, here's another variant. So what are the natural ways? Is there anything different that has come out recently, and what we can do to really keep ourselves above board? And then I didn't know if I'm sorry, Harry, if you had a question.
Nah, I want to hear that too.
We just have to do what we can do. We have to, I'm a big advocate of detoxing because of the environment we're living in, because it's always something attacking us, whether it's outside of us or internally in our bodies. We have to constantly be in that mode of detoxing, that, period, and for as, as far as what I want to say, what can we do? It's a lot of things we can do. It's not going to be a cookie cutter for everybody, because everybody has different issues in their bodies, right now. And so the same methodology or foods or herbs and whatever they may be working for one person, but not for another. So it's just a matter of taking control of your tempo. And I always say this, doctors and things have their place and everything, but I wouldn't let them practice on me. Go and get your lab work. You can get your lab work and everything. Get your lab work and see what's going on, and then don't let them practice on yourself. Then you start working on healing yourself. So if I can say anything, I will say that.
Hallelujah. I know, Sister Sheila.
That was a great question. I had something else I wanted to ask, but it just flittered away.
I wanted to say something, but my wife. I hope is that vehicle too loud, or can y'all hear me good?
We can hear you fine.
Okay. I wanted to say this because I think what Miss Sheila just said is very, very, very significant. When we sit there and think about the pharmaceuticals and doctors and even lawyers, we have to understand that this is just practice. They call it practice for a reason. You see what I'm saying? And when she said, "Don't let them practice on you," that's clearly what they're doing. It's not a healing thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I was listening to Sister Sheila on Teo, and she dropped so much game on that. If y'all didn't check out that video, go check that out. Because it's a detox process. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to put trash. If something is stinking in your house, you know what I'm saying? You have to clean your house first to get it out. You're not going to just spray some Lysol on it and expect it to say, "Oh, it's all right. It's cool." That dirty pamper got to get out. You see what I'm saying? You can't. I mean, you could clean you could clean everywhere around your house, but wherever that stink is coming from, it's still there. You see what I'm saying? But you have to clean your house out. You see what I'm saying? And I think that was real game that she dropped. When she said that on the tail, I think I was in the truck listening, and I was like, wow, that's good, because they keep want you to stick stuff in you without a detox. That don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So in the sense of that, like, I think that's $1 billion game, what she just said. You know what I mean? We have to continue to keep our temple clean. You know what I mean? We have to continue to detox. So after I heard that, I started doing that. I wanted to tell you that a long time ago, Miss Shelia. After I heard that interview you did with Teo, I started doing that. I start I think it's like a half fast a little bit that you were talking about. What it is?
I was talking about the. I probably was talking about that time. I probably was talking about a 16/8 fast, but but any fast, right. Start with any fast. Start where you are. In any fast. Just give your body that break, because it needs to get rid of those toxins. The toxins is in everything. It's in the food that we eat. It's in everything. It's in the what they spraying on us from those airplanes, what you call it, chemtrail things. It's everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. This world is controlled by Hasatan, and so nothing good can come out of it. So therefore we have to go back to the ways of the Most High. We have to take care of ourselves the way the Most High intended. He gave us herbs and foods and things, for that purpose. He knew we were going to get attacked, and he knew we were going to get sick sometimes, but he always had made provisions for us to take care of that. It's up to us. He has already, given us everything that we need. Even the knowledge is coming back. If we're not taking advantage of, we can't blame the Most High. We are responsible for our own temples. Okay. We are, the Most High has given us pretty much everything, so it's just, I'm just going to say detox this mess out of you. Even if you're taking the what and what have you, that's okay. It's done now. It's done now. But start where you are. Detox. I'm a firm believer that we have magnificent cells. We are peculiar different people, and so we overcome a whole lot, and we can overcome the slavery and the child slavery, all of this, so therefore, if you have taken it for whatever reason, from here on out, take care of your temple, and you're responsible for it.
That was going to be my next question. So if someone has had the Vaseline or any other, long-term pharmaceutical medication that they've been on, detox can still help with that, right? Because I've seen people be able to come off of medications before because of diet change.
Yes, ma'am. Because it changes. It's going to be a deep cell regeneration, and nobody can tell me that the Most High cells is not more powerful than their junk.
Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of not continuing to add and putting it in your body.
Ms. Sheila, I've never detoxed before. What does that look like?
It's different from different people. You're gonna have some symptoms, but that means your body is working to get out the foreign substances that's in your body, whether it was ingested by food or medication. Even if you're on prescription medication, you need to detox your liver sometime. Because if you're on prescription medication, because your liver is a workhorse. Mm-hmm. It is truly a workhorse. All of your organs are, but that liver really is. And so
what would you use to detox your liver?
I mean, there's a lot of different herbs you can use to detox your liver. One of the biggest one is milk thistle. Okay. Milk thistle. I think with milk thistle is one of the biggest one, but there are a lot of different herbs. And Most High, it was not stingy. He gave a whole bunch of different herbs, because some people may be in one part of the country, can't find a certain herb where, another part can. So, he wasn't stingy, so therefore there's all kinds of herbs that he provided. He was very abundant.
Well, Miss Sheila, let me ask you this question, because I think what I think what we all need to hear. What would be a poor man's detox? You see what I'm saying? If we can't get um, you know, expensive herbs or just rare herbs or whatever, what would be like if you were talking to somebody that wanted to detox first time, you know what I mean, just really don't have the ingredients for you know what I'm saying? I mean, they maybe have basic ingredients, but what would be like a poor man's detox? You know what I mean?
Okay, so from well, for first thing, put that knife at your throat. Okay, that's the first. And what I mean by that is stop eating. Stop eating certain things. And the first thing I'm going to tell you to stop eating, because this is this is our biggest issue that in our community is sugar. You're addicted to sugar.
Hallelujah.
Start there. That's a poor man one. All you got to do is just stop eating it. Start there. Stop eating processed foods. Stop eating, you know, everybody knows what it is. You know what you're eating.
We all do, but you know what I find a lot about medicine? It tells you everything that you can't do and none of what you should do. And we've been taught, oh, read these labels and do this and do that. And that is, it's time consuming. Some of these companies like what is that is it Nutrisystem? They've got it worked out because you don't have to worry about what you're eating because it all comes in this prearranged package, and you don't have to think about what's healthy and what's not, because it's implied that everything in there is to help you attain the goal that you're looking for. So
you know what, Shelia, they're hogwash. They're hogwash. They're hogwash.
But they're hogwash. In Babylon, that's how we think. So instead of what we can't do, what is it, or what we can't have, what is it that we can have? And go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry to be jumping in, but I'm passionate about this subject.
No
it's fruits and vegetables. Fruits, and it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Our bodies are in sync with that, with those types of food.
Mm.
Fruits, mainly fruits and vegetables.
What kind of fruits are in season this time of year?
Oh goodness, now that's a good one, because I'm going to find it wherever I can. I have no idea.
All right.
You could even use because I'm in the process of I'm trying to grow my little garden and all that. But right now, until I get my full fledged on what I like to eat and things of that, I still have to get things from the store, from the grocery store. And so sometimes I may not get the fresh pineapple or whatever. I may go right over in that frozen section and it may not be organic. I'm going to try for it to be organic. But you start from where you are and go and get some of those frozen fruits, what have you. Get in habit of, because we live in such a fast-paced environment now, and what have you. Get in habits of if that's the case, okay, learn to like fruit smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting the raw nutrients in your body. So if you have to be in sync in that, do that. So it's a lot of things that we can do. It's just a matter of making the decision that I'm going to do it. And you're going to have to resist it, what you can't do. But that's the biggest issue. We have a problem of not getting rid of what we're not supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very true.
And I had to say, right there. I don't know if you guys are aware, if it's okay if I tell this, Sister Sheila, but
a few
weeks ago during the show, I got slammed on the ground. Nobody knows it. I was on the ground in severe pain during the live. And to the point where I called my sisters, they called the ambulance. I went to the hospital. They had no idea what was wrong with me. They gave me a CAT scan. I had to 3 doses of morphine. They couldn't find what was wrong with me. They sent me home. I called Sister Sheila. Sister Sheila found out. She called me, and while we're talking, the Most High, the Spirit is revealing to her exactly what's going on. She put something together and sent it to me. And how long has that been? Like 2 weeks, Sister Sheila? And I just praise the Most High for using her as a vessel, because she knows I'm passionate about all natural things too. I don't like depending on the medical system. But she walked me day by day through everything. And that sugar monster is real, because I had a dream about chocolate chip cookies one night. And she just said, you remember that, Sister Sheila? And she said, persist and resist, persist and resist. So I've literally been going through the detox for about a week and a half. And she has just been by my side. I'm so grateful that the Most High has given me my auntie mama, I call her, because he's using us to help each other.
Yes.
And he truly has given her this gift of and this passion for this. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done. Because she stepped right in and was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm sending you this. This is what you do. I'm at the grocery store. She's saying, put that down, pick this up. Put that down, pick this up. And I just want you to know that I really, really, really appreciate you so much for all
praises to the Most High.
Yes.
And I think that's what a lot of us need. I mean, is that take me by the hand and show me, because I'm lost. I've been doing this wrong for 42 years. How do I break this cycle? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Addiction is real.
It is.
It's real. And so I don't make fun of people or things like that who's was addicted to drugs and when they're going through detox and what have you. And it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. What they going through is the same thing you go through to whatever your addiction is. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. That's all the body, all your body knows, so it's trying to hold on to it until you get it out of you, and then it remembers what it's supposed to do once you give it what it needs.
Right.
Yeah. I can testify to that of withdrawals. Withdrawals are very real. You know what I mean? I remember just coming off the streets, and I used to do a lot. I can be honest about this. I used to do a lot of pills, and when I came off of that, it was like, the reason I'd never even to this day, you know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to medication, I'm iffy with pills. I don't like taking pills and none of that. You know what I mean? Because I was addicted to Xana bars for maybe a good 3 years. And when I came off of that, you know what I'm saying, trying to get clean and stuff like that, like I used to have shivers in my sleep, and it was real bad. But it made me never trust pills like that ever again. You see what I'm saying? Like even down to if doctor give me this medication, I don't want no pills. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no pills. I don't, and it did the same thing with lean, with promethazine and codeine. Like that stuff they give you over the counter, it's hard to get off that stuff. You know what I mean? You don't even know what they got in this stuff to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a young kid, teenager, just messing around with drugs, and ended up with this type when I wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through this process. Like I'm talking like bed, like bed sheets, you know what I'm saying? Like drenched with sweat, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard for me as a person, you know what I'm saying? Even as a healthy and well person now, you know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. To even trust medication. You see what I mean? It's hard for me to even trust medication because I don't even want to, take a painkiller or anything that they give you. You know what I'm saying? I remember I broke my foot year before last, and they was trying to give me some pills, and I was like, "Nah, I'll deal with the pain. I'm not touching nobody's pills." You know what I mean? And it's so in situations like this, and that's why all praise to the Most High that we have sisters like Miss Shelia on here, because it's like those medicines are really harmful. You know what I mean? They're really harmful. Now, I was abusing the medicine, but even just think about it, they give this stuff to people. Xana bars, Xanax, so say has a purpose. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? They give you this, they say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the real purpose is for them. You know what I mean? We used to use them for street purposes. But whatever they're giving that out for, you're gonna get addicted to this. This is a game. You know what I'm saying? This is they're the worst drug dealers, to be honest. You see what I mean? They're the worst drug dealers because just like it was, I saw somebody put it in the comment section that what it is, a cured patient is a lost customer. You know what I mean? So it's like we have to, as we come into being a kingdom again, or being a remnant, or coming together as in this community, we have to start thinking these ways, and and listen to people like Sister Shelia, and I know Shauna Shade. She gave me some cream for my foot. My feet don't smell bad no more. You know what I mean? Like we have to. But you see what I'm saying? That's why I think the Most High is bringing us together, because in a sense of this, I think, me personally, once we get back to where we were to our fullness, like Paul was talking about, you know what I mean? That's the world is gonna be amazed that, because the stuff like this that's affecting the whole world ain't gonna affect us because we so witty in a way. The Most High give us this wittiness that amongst our own people, we got this person for medicine, we got that person for our kingdom is gonna be Wakanda for real. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So in the sense of that, but right now, while it's still in Babylon, we still have to, find out ways to get off of this system. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to give my testimony about why I don't even trust pills. You know what I mean? The doctor can't prescribe me for nothing. You know what I mean? I don't even really like going up there, and I don't think I even go. You know what I mean? I don't go like I used to go when I was small. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, ever since I went through that withdrawal experience, I never touch nobody pills no more. You know what I mean? I don't even trust, like, I have to get like the chewy vitamins. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking nobody pills.
But I have a question. Sister Sheila, is there a way to get labs without going to a hospital? There is, right? Without going to a primary
Oh, yes, it is.
How do we do that?
And it is, and it's just a matter of the thing about it, see Babylon really try to cage us in, so of course it is. Of course they want you to go through your PPO, your HMO, your whatever, to get it. But there are other places that you can get your lab work done. I've done it a couple of times, and got my lab work done. And you send it in, you send it off, and whatever, and they come back with your report, that you can download. But most if you've been to a doctor and you had your lab work done, wherever your lab work was done at more than likely, right, everything's online now. You can just create an account and just go online and pull all of your lab work. It's yours. That's yours. People don't know, they scared to ask for your lab work. You want a copy of your lab work? You can get it and what have you, and they'll tell you. Most doctors also will tell you, well, you can go to this particular one and create an account and whatever, and you can download it, and so forth, because it's easy to get now, So I always say get your lab work, because when you go to a naturopath or a naturalist or a healer or whatever, they need to kind of see that helps them to see what your issue is, because as an herbalist, we're going to deal with your organs, your organs, because they can call these disease, all these big names and funny names we can't pronounce all they want. What a true healer is want to know is what's bothering you, where's the issue at. And they start talking about different things. But I have a blood clot in my heart. Okay, it's the heart. I can't breathe. It's the lungs. I have a urinary tract. It's the kidneys. It's the organs. It's the organs. Right. See, the organs. They cannot patent organs. That's why we're able, as herbalists, to be able to assist our people. Because that they can. We cannot use the word cure, but we can most certainly use the word heal.
Hallelujah.
Okay, because that word cure is patent.
Wow.
It is?
Yes, ma'am. That's why when you see on all the different herbal supplements or whatever, it said this has not been by the FDA, boom, 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 whatever, and you have to say certain things, on your labeling, or we in trouble.
So can the medical field use the word cure?
And what have you? You notice they don't, because they don't cure anything.
And they always have on the label, this is not a cure.
Right, exactly.
And the doctors won't say it because if it makes them liable. If we cure cancer, then if you get it back, then hold on, what happened?
Exactly.
Cure. Yeah.
They just want to make sure we don't use it. I guess anybody can use it by putting a patent on it. Wow.
And you know what I never got about these medicines too, y'all? Like the medicines, like with these commercials, like even the commercial that we played, nobody ever questions the stuff that's said with these side effects. That always got me. You know what I'm saying? Like they have something for anxiety, right? Or something like that. And they'll say, yes, this will cure or this will help with your anxiety. You take one of these, ask your doctor to take them, and then they go into their fast talk. The fast talk be saying diarrhea and diarrhea, blindness, or numbness. I think I would rather have my nerves bad than be blind and it got diarrhea and stuff like that.
Death in certain patients, or it may increase your anxiety. Why am I
sick? Why all that? Like that's not an even trade, I think.
But you know what, guys? The side effects, prescription drugs. Those side effects. See, the Most High made our bodies in such a way, in that our body knows when it's a foreign substance in there, and so when it's a foreign substance in there, it goes to work to try to detox. That's those side effects, the diarrhea or whatever the side effects are. That is your body trying to get whatever's in there out of you, and if it's that bad, that's what's happening.
Oh wow! Because they always say diarrhea. Wow, I didn't even think about it like that.
It don't want in there in your body what's in there, and it's usually from the prescription medication. Hope we don't get the channel shut down, Sharita, but it's just the truth. So that's why the long laundry list of side effects, because those side effects is your body trying to keep you alive by getting that out of your body. That's what, because they know your body's going to have side effects, but they have to warn you.
Mm-hmm. And then, Brother Rose, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sister Sheila. I'm so sorry.
Because I was saying, because sometimes those side effects can be so bad until your body can't handle.
Yeah,
they can kill you,
and it can kill you. Exactly.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight Brother Rohan's comment, which is very good. And he said Xanax is indicated for anxiety, but they get filled like it's candy. The healthcare industry does not look at the spirit. Anxiety has a spirit attached to it, and we forget that facet a lot too, because they can't do nothing with that.
Right.
When we're talking about these mental type of things, that's a whole nother dimension. That's intangible. That's a spirit. So no matter how much you take,
warfare. You need some warfare for that.
Yes, exactly.
All right, y'all. I have one last thing I want to show, and I've already shown it, but I want to show it again because everybody didn't get to see it. I know. So here we go again.
30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Father, forgive your people. We lost, but we still your people. This world wicked and evil. I'm trying to make them believe you. Shake them so they might hear you. Show them so they might see you. Everything that you said was wrong. They trying to pass it for legal. Take no credit for this. Everything I got is a gift. I eat and drink from the book. Give you a taste and a sip. If you don't want it, so be it. I can't teach you to preach it, but I can point you the way. And he gon' force you to eat it. I pray you take over this track and I fade away on this beat. If they got ears, let them hear. If they got eyes, let them see. My talent was never me. My flaws, they balance me. Your cause established me. Holy Spirit ain't having me. When the world had threw jabs at me, point the camera, let them laugh at me. They could never embarrass me. Like Paul, they mad at me. So do I become your enemy? Because I tell you the truth. Oh, Father, forgive them, yeah. They know now what they do. That's that loop. But I believe you. I believe you. And I believe you coming back for you people. Yes, sir. And I believe you.
Welcome to Beat in the Street with your host, Sharita Long.
I just love it so much. I screamed when I first saw it. Oh.
There's a weird echo on the end. I wonder if I did something when I tried to tweak it. I need to go back and check that. But I
love that. I love that countdown. That countdown I like that countdown.
She just outdid herself. When I saw I mentioned to her, like, I want to do an intro. I like what you did with yours, with the video that you guys also saw of her merchandise. And I was like, I really need an intro. And she was just like, well, what do you think you want? And I was like, I think I want like the Remnant song in the background and like some pictures of, the world, collapsing. And this is what I got. And I got more than I ever expected. Like, when I saw it, I was on the phone with her watching it, and my reaction was priceless. I know it was.
No, that was really the Most High. I really literally prayed. I said, I'm going to need your help with this. Please take the wheel. And he literally put that together for you, because after that, just things started flowing. So that's from the Spirit to you. He knew what he wanted you to have, I suppose.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Most High. Thank you for using our cousin here.
Hey, and I wanted to tell Shauna Shay, because I just checked it, because I was looking at the video, the clip. We had 750 on Instagram in like a day and a half. So,
oh my gosh.
I'm looking at it right now. It's at 750. That for the commercial.
Another collab. Look at
Another
that.
collab. That song is just my favorite song right now, to be honest with you, because that beat just is. I just love it. I love it. So every time that comes on, I go, ooh.
And I was telling Shauna Shade, and for a lot of people that don't, that song is going on 3 years old. It's just getting its use right now. It's all praise to the Most High. It was recorded in 2019, beginning of 2019. It's just finally getting the use. It's been sitting there for the longest.
Because it was waiting for me. It was waiting for me. I heard it and I was like, I must. Let me call her and be like, can I please use this? I got to have it. Thank you so much for allowing me to, Harriet.
It's all good. It's all praise to the Most High. I mean, like you said, it's been waiting. It's been waiting. So, but I love this. That's why I was saying, and we were talking about medicine and everything earlier, and I think the cream that I use on my feet is in the video, is in the clip. You know what I mean? And we have to all come together like this. You know what I mean? Like, I think the unity, as in the remnant of, because we have when we think about our community, you know what I'm saying? We're not much, but just look how much, you know what I'm saying, we get accomplished. You know what I'm saying? We get accomplished. I was telling Brother Rose, you know what I mean? Because we just did the Zamira interview, and I was saying how humble she was. You know what I mean? Because I just basically tagged her in her music, and she got right with me like, hey, yo, thank you. And that led to the interview. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, our community is so different. You know what I mean? We have celebrities, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we look at the world, people, you have millions of people tell Beyonce happy birthday and she won't respond to not one of them. You know what I mean? Our community is so much different. You know what I mean? It's so much different. And I think that as we go on, you know what I'm saying, as we build and as more people start waking up, we have more resources within our community. We're going to realize that I think we're going to realize that substance, you know what I mean, that great substance, that we have those resources right here. Because look how just beautiful that just, with us coming together just a little bit, look how much resources we have. You know what I mean? We don't even have to go outside our communities sometimes for things. You know what I mean?
Yes, because Sister Sheila's never getting rid of me. You hear that, Sister?
And that's we have to do. I think all of us
we just anchored together.
That's right. I'm calling her in the morning like, can I eat this? She said, nope. I was like, okay.
I think we're all setting that crab in the barrel mentality, because we know that it's not going to get us anywhere. And it just takes, and it's not easy to let down that drawbridge, so to speak, so people can cross over into your territory. But once you start talking to these people, when you start talking to Harrio and Shauna and Shalisa and Chantel and Shara, you don't have any other choice but to give yourself freely, especially over the internet, because you can't show who you are. No, you can't just tell people what you are. You have to show them. You have to produce a certain kind of fruit before you can communicate with one another, because we all know that people can say anything they want. I'm not looking for what you say. I'm looking for the things that you do. And each one of these ladies and gentlemen that I come across, they're doing, they doing what they say. They letting their yeses be their yeses and their noes be their noes. And when they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. So I'm judging them by their fruit, what they're producing. And it's so although you guys are so much further away, it's so much easier to see your fruit, because you have to do more to convey something through the internet or through the telephone.
Right. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It's crazy you say the fruit, because it seems like once you see the fruit, it's like we end up collabing with fruit. It's like, hey, that fruit go with my fruit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But definitely. Or with the you just mentioned something, and these ladies and gentlemen, I'll mention something and it'll happen. You understand what I'm saying? They are a wealth of skills, and I would have never known the depth of their skills.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. I would have never know the depth of their skills if the Most High wouldn't have put on my heart to do that talk we did about gifts. And all there's a wealth of goodness and skills within each and every one of these individuals.
I just praise the Most High for all of y'all in the chat, all y'all on the panel. I just don't say I love my cousins. I really do. It's a different type of fellowship in the awakening. I say that all the time, but it is
very different, because you family. We know that we have we knew we had a shared history, but now we know we have a shared history. It's a lot different than the once a month Black history. No. From now on, it's Black history every day, every minute, 364.
Right. I think we're getting a glimpse of that unwalled village. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We get a glimpse of it. Once we start coming together, we get a glimpse, you know what I'm saying, of what he was talking about. Because you see, when you think about unwalled village or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just paraphrasing. Y'all don't have it in front of me. Y'all don't beat me up. But when we think about the unwalled village, right? Unwalled mean that you're not afraid of your neighbor either. You see what I'm saying? Like your neighbor could just walk on in. You know what I mean? I think that's when we're getting it. That's what we're getting to. We're getting to a point to where I think when we all get back together in this awakening and the remnant and second exodus and stuff like that, what we're seeing is a glimpse of that, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like Sister Sharita was saying, we not all right here next to each other. You know, we live in different states, but it's like half of the time, like we're getting to that point to where I don't even have to go outside the community to get something done. You know what I mean? Or if I need help with something, I don't have to go outside of the community. You know what I mean? If I'm having some type of what you call them, and I need, like I was talking to Brother Keith in the in our chat earlier. You know what I mean? Like I got an elder that I could go to. I got this one I could go to. If I need some medicine or some type of healing or some questions about something, I could go to Sister Sheila. You know what I mean? Or Sister Shauna Shade. You know what I mean? We all produce something in a way that we're starting to get to a point to where we ain't gonna have to. We're really being set apart. We're starting to see what a glimpse of what being set apart is. If that makes sense, y'all.
But you got to be out there making them connections, y'all. You got to
Right.
be not just looking in the chat and peeking. You need to be getting to know people on what it is, what skills, and how your skills mesh with their skills, how close they are, how far they are. You need to be testing the fruit and the spirit and getting to know these people so that your community, so that you're building your little community. So when the Most High helped me put these people together, I didn't know that Shauna already knew Sharonda and Chantel
and Sister Sheila
and Sister Sheila, all in a different chat. I was actually the only new person to the group,
and Sister Kim.
Right.
So once you start making your little groups, it's like the whole Facebook page itself. How many people know that person? Once you reach out to this person, how many more people do they know? So your community just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and your skills get bigger and bigger. Your resources are getting bigger and bigger.
You know what, Sharita? I think that's what the Most High, that's the Most High's doing, because that's just the beginning of the process. We're just seeing many of the gathering us back together. You know, so we just getting to practice now. We're getting to practice.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time.
Well, wait a minute, Sharita. Thank you. I want to thank you. I just don't want to end like that. Thank you so much for having me, because I know, just thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you invite me again. Okay.
Oh, now, certainly. We love you
we
too.
have to have Sister Sheila as a regular guest, because we need to rewind. Trust me, y'all. We need
Yes.
Right. And I want to say thank you for coming on, Sister Sheila, too, because I like to have those questions that I need answered sometime. You know what I mean? And one question before we go real quick, because I just started something and my dog is barking. But my wife, she deals with high blood pressure from time to time. What is a good quick diet? You know, certain little thing, because this is new. She just found that out. So I wanted to know. I forgot to ask you while you was talking.
Like, okay. We have to first figure out why her blood pressure is high. Okay, so we have to see where it stems from. But in the meantime, have her drink some, if you can find it, I can't say the word, hibiscus tea.
Oh, that's good tea too.
Mm-hmm. Have a drink that, on a regular basis. Kind of start with that. Okay. I don't like to do a whole bunch of things, because you don't know which one actually worked for them. So simplistic. So hibiscus tea.
And she'll love it. It tastes like Hawaiian punch.
How you spell that real quick?
HISBISCUS, I think. HIBIS. Y'all help me out, Shauna.
Hold on, I'm about to
I got it. Google help me out real fast.
That was right, Sister Sheila.
That was right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Google helped me out with it real fast. I found it, hibiscus tea. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Either do they sell it in the store? I might have to order it. Or
both. It should be in your Kroger's or wherever.
Wait,
I brought it.
Yeah,
It's
just
a,
go to the T section.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shelia.
Okay.
all right, family. I want to send you guys off in a little prayer. Just that Most High, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, cover us, comfort us, take us out of our sin, take us out of our hurt, take us away from hurt, harm, and danger, Lord. Cover us with your goodness. Place people in our lives that are meant to help us and not hinder us, to grow us, not stomp us down. Lord, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Love on us and make our way straight in the world that we're in. Remove all stumbling blocks out of our way so that we might do your work, Lord. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Shabbat shalom.
Just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Fam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more if they force it. Get it on, 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 get it on. If you a rebel like me, just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Fam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more if they force it.
Here we go again with all these shenanigans. Clones on the news repeating the same rhetoric. COVID this, COVID that, get the bags, wear your mask.
Put all of your trust in these devils and disregard the facts.
Anybody who speak against it, they shut them down. That's how it be when you put in the truth out. This ain't about no damn virus, this is all about control. If people open their eyes, they can see what's going on. Look, the shots don't work, people still dropping dead. Bill Gates is a devil, ain't no denying that.
What about the lockdown?
Oh, they breaking them back, but this time around it's going down. Believe that.
Like me, just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Fam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more if they force it.
Get it on, 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 get it on.
Hey, be a rebel like me. Tell the government we don't need your vaccine. Ooh. Tryna alter my genes, but they don't understand my vision clear as Visine. That's the mark of the beast. Will you not be deceived? They in the hood tryna force all the blacks to receive like the ski. We ain't falling for another needle, especially understanding we the people. Believe it. I know a girl who messed around and got the badge on. Now she trembling non-stop, she down bad on. You know you can't get in the kingdom with that stamp on. I'm for sure willing to die, that ain't cap on.
Like me, just follow my